So thank you so much for joining us here at Lovely Being You. So years ago, I used to love to go to the Winter Garden in Manhattan. Now this Winter Garden overlooks the view overlooks the Hudson River, and they had free sailing lessons during this time, and they had Jazz Wednesdays. And on Jazz Wednesdays, you can go there and you could dance on the steps. Now the stairs were kind of wide. So if you found a good partner or someone asked you to dance, you could actually dance in that space. But I mean, you could go out and eat. They had the mall there. Part of the mall is the Winter Garden because they have like high-end stores. They had gelato places. I mean, it was great, and it still is great, I'm assuming. So I used to go window shopping sometimes. At the time I was teaching and I needed, some reprieve. So on Wednesdays, that was one of my things. I would race down. I couldn't drive in that day, so I would take the train so that I could get down there and wouldn't have to worry about parking or anything. So on this particular day, I spotted these shoes. They had the wedged heel, black leather. They had like the baby doll look where you had that, the buckle that connected in the center of your foot. And I mean, these shoes, I love these shoes, but they were pricey. So I kept saying, you know what? I kept feeling like I could not get these shoes because they were just too expensive. And, I felt like with that money, I could actually add more to the budget in what I had to, pay for different supplies for my classroom. So, I went through this tug of war for a while until one Wednesday I went there. In fact, no, it was like a Friday because I know I had the weekend off. And I bought the shoes. I went in there, I tried them on, they were comfortable. I danced in them the following Wednesday. But before I decided I was gonna actually wear them, I put them in the back on my trunk. Because I remember growing up, my aunt and my mother used to do this. They would buy something very expensive so they wouldn't spend the money in another way, and then return them and then get the money and then use it for whatever they needed to use it for in regards to a necessity. But I kept saying, I deserve these shoes. I work hard. And one day I just had to take them out the box. And when I put them on, it was like Dorothy. I was clicking my heels and I was going where I needed to go. So I wore them to work. Everyone said, oh, those shoes are nice. Girl, where'd you get them? Tricky question, because I could not keep telling people where I buy my items because we all walk around looking like twins at first. That's what I was thinking. But then I said, I don't want the people to realize how much money I had spent on these shoes. I felt guilty. It was like a tug of war I went through before I actually got the shoes. So I finally got the shoes. I felt like I deserved these shoes. Before that, I would never spend over $100 on a pair of shoes. And I spent over that. So I wore those shoes. I must have wore those shoes till I could not wear those shoes anymore. And I mean, they were the nicest shoes. I almost did not get rid of those shoes. That's how much I love those shoes. And a wedged heel, what woman does not appreciate a wedged heel? And I danced the night away on Wednesday jazz night as well. So I say this and I share this story because sometimes we put things before us and we don't realize that you deserve, just like they say, you deserve a break today at McDonald's. You deserve a break. You deserve a gift, a reprieve. If you don't invest in yourself, who will? So I invested in myself with those shoes. And I appreciated the experience that I had. And I love those shoes so much that I enjoyed the experience of even wearing them. What is it that you are holding yourself back from right now? Something that you deserve, something that you feel like you should have. And you're holding yourself back from it because maybe you feel like you don't deserve it. Or maybe it's too expensive. Or maybe you just feel as though you're undeserving. I don't know. It's important that we realize that sometimes we put everything before us and not appreciate ourselves. This life is to live and to enjoy and appreciate all the different experiences that we can have. So let us not forget that, and let us begin to appreciate things in a different way. For you are special and you deserve whatever it is you feel that you deserve, especially if it's something good. Don't hold yourself back and enjoy. For it is so lovely being you. Thank you for joining us.